Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yetunde aka YBA, and in today's video we will be going on a road trip. We are going to Yamoussoukro, which is the political and administrative capital of Cote d'Ivoire. As you know, I currently live in Abidjan, and for some time now I've been wanting to go to Yamoussoukro. If you Google Cote d'Ivoire, the major tourist attraction in Cote d'Ivoire is the largest Christian church in the world, which is the Basilica of Our Lady of Peace, which is situated in Yamoussoukro. So today my family and I were taking a day's trip just to visit the Basilica. We want to also try some local food. One of the things I've learned since I got here from my other expert friends is that when you go to Yamoussoukro, you get the opportunity to really eat local. And I'm not talking just achike, which is like the national meal. I'm talking about, food too, but usually I understand the soups are made with like bushmeat. If you know what is bushmeat, that's like game straight from the hunters, freshly smoked meat and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to try the food as well. So come with me as we take a drive to Yamoussoukro. Now let me tell you a little bit about Yamoussoukro. Yamoussoukro is the political and administrative capital of Cote d'Ivoire. Even though Abidjan is the largest city and it still retains a lot of administrative offices for the government, Yamoussoukro is the actual political capital. Yamoussoukro is about 2.5 hours drive from Abidjan. So if you want to go, you have to keep that in mind. We are taking a car, so we're driving ourselves, but if you want to go, you can always go by bus. They have these really comfortable big buses that travel from Abidjan to Yamoussoukro like all the time. On our way to Yamoussoukro, we're going to pass by beautiful scenery and greenery. I have also heard a lot about this. The road is beautiful. One of my favorite things that I've also learned about Cote d'Ivoire is the fact that for most of the large cities, the connecting roads are smooth and they're good, they're motorable, and there's really nothing to fear or worry about. So with all of that in mind, let us go together. If you're finding my channel for the first time, I am a Nigerian who's just recently moved to Cote d'Ivoire, and one of the things I'm currently enjoying doing is finding out new things and just discovering new places. For example, on the screen now, I'm sure you can see, look at all these trucks on the road. It made me nostalgic. My family, some parts of my family are in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. And for the most part, during Christmas, we take road trips home to Ibadan to see the family. And most of the time when we're going, there are parts of the road where you see all these trucks on the road. There's a particular town on the road called Ogere. The roadside definitely reminds me of home, back home in Nigeria. So it just feels like really familiar, and I think that is something that I like about this trip. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I don't know why you are not. I mean, come on, I'm taking you on a road trip. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'm really excited. I can't wait to find out new things on this vacation. As you can see, we are approaching a toll gate. There are 2 toll gates between Abidjan and Yamoussoukro, and for a standard vehicle, which is like a salon car or just a mini jeep, you will pay 1,250 francs. So in total for your return journey, you would pay 5,000 francs. It is important to note that these toll attendants do not have change. There is no change. 200 francs, 100 francs, 50 francs, and 500 francs all come in coins. 500 francs also comes as a note, but the rest of these denominations are all in coins. So if you are going to be paying 1,250, you are going to need a bunch of coins. So come with your change. For the most part, there is no change, and you'll be forced to leave your change with the attendant. So it's either you forgo your change or you end up holding up other vehicles, which is not a pleasant experience. So bring your change on this trip. Guys, say hi to my family. That's my younger sister at the back. That's my husband driving. That's my last child. She started to feel a bit cranky on the trip. She wouldn't stay at the back, so for a few minutes I held her, gave her some water before I bounced her back to the back seat. But I just said, let me ask everyone to say hi. It's actually very rare to see my family on this channel, but I think maybe you might be seeing a lot more of them. So say hello to everyone, guys. Bienvenue Yamoussoukro, or should I say Akwaba? Somebody teach me the correct thing to say in the comment section. We are finally here in town in Yamoussoukro and everyone is excited. I'll tell you something, the trip felt longer than I thought it would feel, but we're here now. Look at the roads, guys. That's the first thing I noticed about Yamoussoukro. The roads are wide, like really wide. We're going to drive around a little bit. We're meeting up with a friend who is going to take us to one very nice local joint to go and eat food too, and some nice bushmeat. But in the meantime, enjoy the view. If you have watched any of my previous videos where I talked about my first impression of Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, and also where I talked about things I loved about Abidjan as a city, I constantly went on and on about the fact that it was green. Now arriving at Yamoussoukro, I can see that it's also green here. There are a lot of trees. You will see a lot of the view is lined with coconut and palm trees. this was the first restaurant we came to try and find some breakfast, but they didn't have any food for us. I mean, they had atike and just gaba, like the usual Ivorian breakfast, but they did not have other things, and we wanted to try something different. So we just parked here for a while because there's a lake in front of this restaurant. It's so beautiful. So we just stayed here, you know, took some pictures for the gram, just hung out for like 10 minutes before we made our way to where we finally had our food. Guys, I don't know what happened to my footage between here and the food place, but I lost it. So I'm just going to show you the food from here on out. I do not have that footage. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad, but enjoy. That is the basilica just right there in the background of this lake. Now guys, look at this. This is an alligator. It's been smoked and frozen, and the great thing about this particular joint we went to is you get to go to, they have like a freezer space, and you choose your, you know, your game that you want to eat, and you tell them the soup, everything is made fresh, and then they make the food and then you eat. Look at these beautiful clay pots, like it's like going back to the village. We had our meals. They gave us some achike, some rice, futu banan, futu yam, which is basically pounded yam, but it's got yam here. And so, you know, this was, I think we spent too much time here, and we had to start running after some time because we had too much fun. Yeah, there's some flies here and there, but if you're not squeamish, you know, and you're African, you know what it is like to eat outdoors. Well, just enjoy yourself and swat the flies away. So enjoy the food video.
Hi.
Look at the yummy.
No, yummy. Baby.
I know.
Let everybody take what they want. No, take what you want.
No.
Is that what she's eating?
No. Tu veux foutu ignam? Banana. No. You can take white. Give me this plate. Yeah.
Run your fingers through my hair. No, I get a little scared, cause you know you're my type. I used to play it kinda cool. Now I don't know what to do when you with the other guys. It's only a matter of time. Before you and me collide. I don't wanna feel things.
So they just brought us another meat. This is bush rat. I'm a Yoruba woman. What we call okete in Yoruba. It was so delicious. I feel like it was even more delicious than the alligator. We actually had 3 types of game. I can't remember the name of the third one, but as you can see, we had too much fun eating. The kids were like, they were just like ravenous. Here's a fun clip of me being a foodie, eating with my hands, because you know, eating with your hands is life, and obviously enjoying myself too much. So enjoy the video.
On a dash, on my way, I put my life on the ropes. Sipping wine, come alive. I know kisses follow lies. Say you love me when I know that you don't.
So we're now driving around just before we go to the Basilica. This is one of the stadiums in Yamoussoukro. It's called Stade de Yamoussoukro. It is one of the 6 stadiums in Ivory Coast that will be hosting the 2023 African Cup of Nations. Yes, Ivory Coast is hosting this, and there are 6 stadiums, but in 5 different cities. 2 of the stadiums are in Abidjan, and so this stadium is being worked on. They're trying to complete it in time for the tournament. Just like I mentioned before, the roads are wide and free in Yamoussoukro. Yamoussoukro is not as busy as Abidjan. People actually come from Abidjan to come and relax in Yamoussoukro on the weekend, so it's not as populated, but it is the second largest city in Cote d'Ivoire. As we go around town driving, just sightseeing, tourist behavior, we found this beautiful architecture. This is a polytechnic here in Yamoussoukro. It is called Institut National Polytechnique Félix Houphouët-Boigny. Oh God, it's a mouthful. Félix Houphouët-Boigny is the first president of Ivory Coast. He's also the one who donated, commissioned and built the land where the basilica sits today. So he is a very, very important person in this country, and yes, this school is named after him. On the grounds of this polytechnic, there is an artificial lake. It's so beautiful from afar, so we're driving down there just to have a look and of course show it to you guys and take some pictures for the gram, because what is a tourist without plenty pictures? Look at this gorgeous baobab tree. I love it. So hi guys, we are driving around Yamoussoukro and we found this artificial lake. I'm gonna get the name and put it on the screen of what it's called. But guys, it's so beautiful here, and there's like a really cute walkway. I'm gonna pan, see right here, and you can go on it and sort of like take pictures and look at the water, and it's just so nice. My arms are aching because this camera is so goddamn heavy. But anyways, come with us. I'm gonna show you the lake. I'm just gonna put the footage. It's really beautiful. Bienvenue à la Basilique Notre-Dame de la Paix. Welcome to the Basilica of Our Lady of Peace. This is the main attraction. This is the main reason why we came here. This church is listed as the largest church in the world by the Guinness World Records. This church is so huge. It has an area of 30,000 square meters, 158 meters high. It includes a villa for the clergymen who work here. There is also another villa that is reserved for the Pope. The cornerstone of this basilica was laid on 10th of August 1985, and it was consecrated by the late Pope John Paul II in 1990. As you can tell, we arrived at the basilica really late because we got carried away with sightseeing and tourist behavior. As we arrived, the security men asked everyone except the driver to come down from the vehicle. This is because you have to walk down to the office where you'll be issued the ticket to allow you gain entrance into the basilica. For Ivorians, they only pay 1,000 francs, and if you're not Ivorian, you pay 2,000 francs, and you also get a tour guide. The tour guides are amazing. They're very knowledgeable. Like, they have so many mind-blowing facts. Unfortunately for me at this time, my battery was low, so I was unable to get as much footage as I would like. Also, I'd like to point out that if you're going to be going in there with a professional camera and you're not just using your phone, you also have to pay an extra 5,000 francs. You're not allowed to record inside the basilica. You have to go up the stairs and record from the top somewhere. We never made it to that place because when we arrived they were about to close, so our tour was really quick. But this is definitely the highlight of my trip. There's so many things about this church that is just amazing. Everything was beautifully thought out and beautifully crafted. All the stained glasses, the altar, everything. You have the air conditioning coming from the floors, from the seats. There are vents everywhere. Mass is held here at the basilica every day at 7 a.m. and on Sunday it is held at 10 a.m. You do not have to pay an entrance fee if you come here for mass. It is free. The tour guide told us that this basilica is a church first before it is a tourist attraction, so there's a lot of respect for everything. This is consecrated ground, remember? We have come to the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for staying with me. I'm going to end it with 2 fun facts. This church, this basilica, can contain 18,000 worshippers at once, and the land it sits on used to belong to the first president of Cote D'Ivoire's family, and it used to be a coconut plantation. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my video. See you next time. Bye bye.
From Yamoussoukro, YBA.